Hey everybody, how you doing? All right, we are going to walk through the baby article in InDesign. InDesign is shortened as INDD, so you might see me referring to InDesign as the abbreviated version. Okay, we are going to make this article right here, single page article. We're going to insert this baby image, we're going to make a headline, and then we're going to have 3 columns of text. All right, so first step is to download this baby image, okay, because you're going to need it. All right, I've already launched InDesign, so we're just going to get started. Don't look at that. All right, new file, and this is pretty important, okay? We're going to make this into inches. This is where your units of measurement are, right here. Make sure your orientation is set at portrait. If you roll over these with your cursor, you're going to be able to see what this little icon is. And we're going to make this, yours should look like this. We're going to make sure this is 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. 3 columns. You don't need to worry about all this extra stuff. You just don't worry about it. Okay? Create. So now you will have a letter size artboard. This is your artboard. And you'll notice you have 3 columns. Yep, that's what we're going to be starting with. So we're going to start off with a wireframe. A wireframe will let art directors, publishers, another designer know where you're going to place imagery and where you're going to place text. So once again, in Adobe products, you can roll your mouse over each one of your tools within the toolbox, and it's going to show you what tool you have rolled over. Cool. This is one that we're going to be using a lot. Not really these. I mean, you can totally mess around with these. You cannot break InDesign. This rectangle frame tool is mostly used for placing images and illustrations, and we're going to start off with the rectangle frame tool. The rectangle frame tool is where our baby image is going to be. We're going to put that right here, and it doesn't need to be exact. As long as it looks similar to this. It doesn't have to be exact. I just want you to get practice on how this is set up. Okay, let's go back to InDesign. So this is where our baby image is going to go. We need a headline and 3 columns of text, right? So we are going to use our rectangle tool, and I just clicked on it, to put our headline in. We're just going to do it like that. We're going to use the same rectangle tool to create our 3 columns of text below. You'll notice that InDesign will notate when you've lined up right into the guides. See those little green arrows? Those let you know that yes, this new rectangle is the same as that first rectangle. InDesign is really cool that way. And once again, yep, we're all lined up. Love it. All right, I'm going to hit the selection tool and just click away from all of my frames just to show you what this is going to look like before you add any text or type. Okay, we're going to start off with our headline. You guys can make your headline whatever you want. What did I say? Look at that baby face. All right, so I'm going to write, look at that baby face. All right, so when you type stuff in, it should be minion or myriad, and it should be around 12 points. That's fine. That's your default font. All right, I'm going to go back to my selection tool. I'm also going to pop out my type character panel. This is going to let me mess around with the typeface, the font, and also how to position the font. We're going to pop out our hello. Come on. Paragraph panel. Oops. Where are you? Come back here. Oh, no. Yep, so we have the character and the paragraph panel. I am going to make this, look at that baby face, aligned right in the middle here, okay? See this little icon right here? Aligned center, yay! And once again, if you roll your mouse over each one of these icons, it's going to tell you what these do. Nice little shortcuts. All right, so that now that we have aligned this text in the center, we're going to make that way bigger. All right, so come over here to your type tool, your type panel, and bump this way up. I'm using this little arrow to make that type larger. And it doesn't have to be exact, you guys. All right, something similar to that. Cool. Now we're going to work on these three rectangles below. And we're going to fill that with placeholder text, right? So we're going to click on our type tool, click within the box, come to type, and fill with placeholder text. Please don't crash on me. All right, yay! This is really good for art directors or editors to say, oh yeah, this is where the article is going to go, but we don't know. The article isn't written yet. We're waiting on the writers. All right, so we're going to do that again. Fill with placeholder text. And once again, over here, fill with placeholder text. Yay! Okay, we're so close. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger using my up arrow right here. Yay! Okay, now we are going to place that image within this rectangle frame tool. So we're going to come up here to File. We're going to hit Place. And InDesign is going to ask you, okay, what do you want to place? I'm going to place this baby black and white. It's in my download file. Select it and hit Open. All right. So I've clicked on the outside of my rectangle frame tool that deselects. So I have this baby image. It's now inside this rectangle frame tool, which is awesome. But now I want it as big as this whole box. So I'm going to select this object, excuse me, fitting, fill frame proportionally. Yay! But now this poor little baby is peeking over the edge and I want to scoot him up. This little circle doodah is called a content grabber. It's a really lame name. I wish they would rename it to something else, but that's what it's called. It's called a content grabber. When I roll my mouse over the content grabber, see how my little cursor changes from an arrow to a hand? That's what we want. We're going to scoot that up. You can play around with it. Yep, We're going to make it back here and scoot it up. What? Okay, we're finished. If you hit W on your keyboard, you are going to get a preview of what your article looks like. That looks freaking awesome, all right? So the next step and the last step is to export this as a PDF. I'm going to go to my file, export, and it's going to ask you, oh, really? Well, what do you want to name it and what do you want to export it as? This is an Adobe PDF. This is exactly what I want. A lot of this other stuff we're not going to mess with. Adobe PDF print. Okay, I'm going to name it Nikki Baby Article. Okay? Something like this. I want your name in it somewhere. And save. And then I'm going to save this onto my desktop. Okay? So I know where it is. And save. It's going to ask you a whole bunch of other stuff. You don't need to worry about all this. Export. Yes, that's fine. All right. You're finished. Now all you have to do is go back to our folder and upload it here. All right, you guys. Thank you. See you soon.